Picture this. A homeowner opens their garage door on a Tuesday morning and stares at the same cracked, stained, oil-soaked concrete floor they have been looking at for 15 years. By Wednesday evening, that same floor is a smooth, glossy, metallic surface that looks like it belongs in a luxury car showroom. You did that transformation. You charged $2,500 for it. Your actual material cost was $350, and you are already booked for the next 2 jobs this week. That is the epoxy flooring business. Not a side hustle, not a hobby, a legitimate skilled trade that a guy named Corey Emmons turned into $70,000 a month in revenue inside his first 12 months, starting from a power washing background and $60,000 in equipment and training investment. Let's get into the real numbers. Startup cost for an epoxy flooring business runs between $7,000 and $25,000 for a lean, properly equipped solo operation. Here's where the money goes. A surface grinder and dust shroud, the machine that preps the concrete floor before any coating is applied, is your most critical and most expensive piece of equipment, running $2,500 to $6,000 new or $1,500 to $3,000 used. A vacuum system that connects to the grinder to capture silica dust, $300 to $800. You need the vacuum. Concrete dust is a serious health hazard, and skipping this is not an option. Mixing equipment, roller frames, squeegees, and application tools, $200 to $500. Your chemical inventory for the first few jobs, base coat, broadcast flakes, and top coat, runs roughly $200 to $400 per 5-car garage worth of materials. A business license and LLC registration, $100 to $300. General liability insurance, which is non-negotiable and which every commercial client will ask to see, $1,000 to $3,000 a year. And training, which is a non-optional cost in this business, because an improperly applied epoxy floor that peels within 6 months is a reputation-ending disaster. Manufacturer-sponsored training courses run $500 to $2,000, and the best ones include hands-on application practice, not just videos. California requires a C61/D12 specialty license for flooring contractors. Requirements vary by state, so check your specific state contractor licensing board before taking your first paid job. Application fees run $100 to $500, and processing takes 4 to 8 weeks in most states. Now the pricing, and this is where new operators consistently undercharge themselves out of business. A standard 2-car garage, which is roughly 400 to 500 square feet, runs $2,000 to $3,500 with a flake broadcast system. A 3-car garage, 600 to 800 square feet, runs $3,000 to $5,000. Commercial jobs, think car dealerships, warehouses, brewery floors, retail spaces, are priced between $3 and $8 per square foot, which puts a moderate commercial job at $5,000 to $20,000. Specialty finishes, metallic epoxy, quartz systems, custom colors, command a premium of 30 to 50% above standard flake systems because they are more technically demanding and the final result is genuinely striking. The material cost across all these jobs lands between 15 and 25% of what you charge. That leaves a gross margin of 75 to 85% before your own labor time, fuel, and overhead. A solo operator completing 2 residential garage jobs per week at an average of $2,700 each generates approximately $5,400 a week, or roughly $21,600 a month in revenue. After materials, insurance, equipment depreciation, and fuel, a disciplined solo operator nets somewhere between $50,000 and $85,000 a year. Add one helper at $18 to $22 an hour to handle setup and cleanup while you focus on application, and your daily output can shift from 1 job to 1.5 or even 2 jobs per day without the quality dropping. 2-person epoxy flooring operations in mid-size markets are consistently reporting $150,000 to $300,000 in annual revenue. The income range across the industry in 2026 is $50,000 for a part-time solo operator to $500,000 and beyond for a structured, crew-based operation, and that range is entirely a function of how seriously you treat marketing and how quickly you add capacity. Getting your first clients is where the before and after photograph becomes your most powerful tool. An epoxy garage transformation is one of the most visually dramatic service results you can capture. The before looks like every sad, neglected garage in America. The after looks like a magazine shoot. Post that before and after on Nextdoor, neighborhood Facebook groups, and Instagram with your price and availability. In most markets, that single post generates 5 to 15 inquiries within 48 hours. Do one job for a friend or family member at cost to get your first portfolio images, and use those images on every platform before you spend a single dollar on advertising. A Google business profile, set up on day one and fed with consistent 5-star reviews from happy clients, becomes your most reliable source of inbound leads within 60 to 90 days. The search terms garage floor coating near me and epoxy garage floor have strong, consistent local search volume in virtually every metro market in the country. Google local service ads, which show above regular search results and charge per actual lead rather than per click, are one of the most cost-effective paid acquisition tools available specifically for this business. Experienced operators report customer acquisition costs between $30 and $80 per job using this channel. The failure modes in this business are specific and almost entirely avoidable. Skipping surface preparation. Epoxy bonds to clean, profiled concrete. If the floor is not properly ground to open the pores of the concrete before coating, the epoxy peels, not in 5 years, in weeks. A peeling floor means a callback, a redo at your own cost, a 1-star review, and a story that spreads through a neighborhood faster than any advertisement. Grind properly every single time, even when the floor looks clean to the eye. Coating in the wrong conditions. Epoxy applied in temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit or above 90 degrees, or on concrete with moisture vapor transmission issues, will fail. Measure concrete temperature and moisture before every job. A simple concrete moisture meter costs $30 to $60 and is the cheapest insurance you have against a failed application. Taking commercial jobs before you have the skills for them. A warehouse floor is not a bigger version of a garage floor. It requires different products, different prep protocols, and much higher volume mixing and application speeds. Run 10 to 15 residential jobs to develop your rhythm before quoting anything commercial. The commercial rates are attractive precisely because the technical demand is higher. The scale and path is one of the cleanest of any trade on this channel. One person doing 2 jobs a week becomes one person doing 3 with a helper. 3 jobs a week becomes a 2-crew operation running simultaneously on different job sites. The owner steps back from application and moves to sales, estimating, and crew management. At 3 crews running 4 days a week, you're looking at a genuine contracting company with $500,000 or more in annual revenue, a strong Google presence, and a business that sells for 2 to 3 times annual net profit when you're ready to exit. One Tuesday morning and a cracked, stained floor. Wednesday evening and something that looks like a showroom. That gap is your entire business. If breakdowns like this are useful, subscribe to the channel. Every video, one real business, the actual numbers, and an honest picture of what it takes to build it.